Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach with more than 10 years of experience helping people recover from OCD. Prior to that, I had severe OCD myself that I fully recovered from, and as do my clients. So if you wonder, can you fully recover from OCD? Absolutely, yes, you can. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how to disregard feelings that go along with OCD. Feelings of guilt, feelings of shame, feelings of not being worthy, feelings of thinking that you're a bad person, wanting to confess, wanting to figure it out to make sure harm doesn't happen because, again, you feel like it does. How do you disregard that? So first of all, you need to understand that OCD comes as a package. So it doesn't just come in as a what if thought. It comes in as a what if thought, as a feeling, as an image, as a dream, as a sensation, as a false memory. It can come in with any combination of those things. So having feelings that go along with OCD is, first of all, classic OCD. That's how OCD goes. That's what adds to the realness. So first of all, viewing it as a symptom. Second, you need to understand that this is happening for absolutely everybody who has OCD. The only difference between the feelings depends on the theme, right? Depends on the content of the thought. So if you feel like you've done something bad, you feel like you're a bad person, you feel like you're not worthy, versus if you feel someone else has done something bad, you feel like, what if they're not good? What if they, it depends on who it projects on and what the content is. Or fear of the future, something bad will happen. So it's not connected to a person, but connected to an event. It can go on and on. So knowing your pattern is important. And once you know that pattern, that any guilt thought, any shame thought, any thought that you're a bad person as connected to this thing, immediately has to go in the OCD pile, in the OCD box, even though your feelings are telling you to do otherwise. Your feelings will always tell you to do otherwise. So basically, robotically, you have to make a choice to view the feelings as being part of the disorder, because honestly they are. You won't feel like it. You can't try to achieve a feeling of being okay with these feelings, right? Be achieving a feeling of being okay with the feelings. No, that's not going to happen. You have to make a choice that, yes, I do feel it, but it's a false alarm and I'm disregarding. What I will not do is I will not confess. I will not figure it out. I will not be trying to figure it out. I will not do anything OCD tells me, and I will not emotionally buy into these feelings like, oh, maybe I am a really bad person. Maybe I am the worst. Maybe I could have done those things, comparing yourself to other people and so on. Not doing it. Yes, it feels real. It always feels real. Most people who are listening to this have not had just the one thought. Maybe if they just started with their OCD situation and this is kind of like their first thought. But for most people, you've gone through these thoughts over and over again. You think you've done this, then you think you've done that, or you think you'll do this, and then you'll think you'll do that. It switches from theme to theme. It can switch from, if I find actually this is very interesting, that for some people it switches theme to theme, and for some people it really doesn't. It stays on one theme and stays on one thought. Both are okay. It seems to be more of a personality situation. For me, it switched a lot. But I see clients for whom like they just stay on one topic and on maybe a few different details switch. So however it comes in for you, it's okay. But you've seen some shifts. So you know that this is not the first time you've had this thought, So it's always kind of branches out a little bit to give you that new jolt of anxiety. So knowing that, and knowing that you've had all those feelings for all those past situations, but now you're kind of past those because you're onto the thing of the day, right? So if those were with the same feelings, more or less, why don't we just look at it as a symptom? Because clearly, since you've been dealing with it for a while, you start to understand that, wait a minute, it's the same, right? It starts to be evident after a few of these tries, right? A few of these situations, that this is the same thing coming back over and over again with slightly new detail. So if you see through this game and see it as, this is just another thing, who cares? Okay, I feel guilt today. Okay, fine. Yeah, so guilty, the worst person in the universe. Yep, of course, right? And then moving on from that, it doesn't develop into a deeper OCD issue because you're not powering it up with rumination and you're not powering it up with the compulsions. And this whole thing, the whole OCD problem, runs on how much you're powering it up with rumination and with compulsions. So you need to stop doing both of those to the best of your ability. And again, I will say this every video because it's honestly true. Track the time, track compulsions, track rumination. Track with the idea of reducing. Even if you reduce by 1 minute each time period, that's fine. That's enough to recover. But just do it. There's, if you're not tracking it, it's very difficult to recover. It's obviously possible to recover without tracking, but it's so much longer journey. Because you don't have accountability. It's the same idea of going on a diet without tracking calories. Well, here I ate a cookie, here I didn't eat a cookie, It's all over the place. Rather than here, if you know, okay, I've ruminated this amount of minutes, I've done this amount of compulsions, tomorrow I'm going to do less, and less until it's done, right? So it's that position of power, pushing through and disregarding. It will get you there, but it only will get you there if you actually do recovery work. Sitting and waiting for recovery to happen, guys, honestly, it's a waste of time. It doesn't work. This is not like a cold where eventually it will pass. The only thing eventually it will do is spread to other themes and other areas, potentially. For some people, again, some people do, some people don't, but it spreads even within your current theme. So don't let that happen. Whatever level you're at now, start reducing from here instead of waiting. Do it now. I'm telling you, it will not be a waste of your time. I understand ERP is difficult, and I understand that, we kind of, when I was going through OCD, not to go off on a tangent, but when I was going through it, it's like in the beginning, you're like, well, maybe there's a pill I can take. Maybe there's a vitamin I can take. Maybe I can change my lifestyle. Maybe I can do this or that. And maybe that will stop OCD. And you kind of like grab onto these kind of branches and try to see, like, does this work? Does this work? And I'm telling you, I've been doing this, talking with clients every single day for over 10 years. I've seen it all. I've heard all kinds of treatments, hypnosis, talk therapy, operations, electroshock. I mean, the list goes on and on. Light therapy. It's never ending. People come up with anything, and I'm telling you, it's not effective. It's not effective. Medication, SSRIs, yeah, okay, you'll squeeze maybe 20% reduction out of it. Maybe 10 to 20% max. So it still comes down to you and what you are doing. And you can do this. Nobody's telling you to completely stop ruminating. Of course, that would be nice. But of course, what we're saying is just to reduce by a little bit and keep it going and keep accountability. With my clients, they'll send me tracking every single day. And that keeps them accountable. It's just about accountability and pushing forward. Every single day, no matter what. You do this, you stay on track, I promise you, you will recover. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com and you can sign up from there. I'll see you tomorrow.